personality, of my attitude comes from parents. And you are not going to like it. It is not going to be changed. And none of you will be able to change it. What you impart, I impart, is skill, knowledge, education. But I don't impart because I don't have, because maybe in your class there are 20, 30, 40 students, and behaviorally either you will start giving some sort of suggestions, but it is not that you can spend a lot of time with them to transform their behavior. It is humanly impossible. No school can do it. Even if I talk about the schools, long time back when I was very active in the Ministry of Human Resources Development, and we said that one counselor, psychological counselor is must. And then of late people started talking about special education as well. But all these counselors which has been hired by their colleges are doing career counseling rather than doing psychological counseling. It is something which is alarming in our country. But what I want to tell you, if you think your values, your morals, your beliefs, your integrity, your honesty, because introspection is something so important. We all know how honest I am. If you think that your integrity, honesty, values, morals, everything is top quality, please thank your parents. And if few of you think that no, there is something wrong with me, please thank your parents. I also want to tell you that how people learn even aggression. How people learn even aggression. When I was 1.5-year-old child, I started walking and probably I hit the door and I fell down. And then suddenly my mother came running, and then she understood that I hit this particular door, and you know what she started? Hut. And I understood at that time that if anybody is giving me a pain, I have a little hurt. You don't realize, none of us, if you have kids over there, none of us have ever got training how to raise our children. We know, we ask my mother-in-law, and we know we will be able to raise. If we get a pet, sometimes we have a trainer, but we have not done it. In India, it is easy to have more and more kids, but it's very difficult to raise children. And with all humility, Meghalaya may be different, because I want to go very safe from here. Because Meghalaya may be different, but in India, father's role is very important. We consider that it is the job of a mother to deal with the kids. And father certainly, I don't know, I have a data of the entire schools in India where 87% mothers come and attend parent-teacher meetings. I don't know if I'll ever do it. Now, the first question the mother will ask, how's my son or daughter is doing academically? Last time he scored 87, this time 83. Why? They're not interested in talking about behavior at all. And even if the teacher says your son or daughter is indulging in bullying, cheating and other things, the first thing is denial. Nobody told us before. You are the first one telling that it's your fault. The second thing, you give them the evidences and all that, then the justification will come. Oh, Dada ka death ho gaya tha, jaundice ho gaya tha. The child is listening. My mother is lying. And the worst thing happens when they are going back home, and she says, let that monster come back in the evening after doing nothing in our place. I will complain to him. And this father comes back home after doing whatever. And this, when especially mother says that today is the result card, and suddenly the father realizes I'm head of the family. There is something wrong going on. And then you know what it says? The most inconsistent behavior starts at that point of time. आज के बाद साइकिल नहीं, स्कूटर नहीं, लैपटॉप नहीं, टेलीविजन नहीं, वीडियो गेम्स नहीं, कुछ नहीं. This child is totally confused. After 2 days, the same story. Nothing happens. So my question is that Indian parents are like gods. Let me tell you. Nobody can sacrifice more than what Indian parents do for their children in this world. But they are highly inconsistent. There are a lot of research on this as well. just to let you know, interesting thing, you must have heard, and we all studied at a school level, that 22 chromosomes plus X chromosome is equal to female. We have studied this. 22 chromosomes, X chromosome plus Y chromosome is equal to male, because one Y extra has come as a male. Now, probably you have not heard this. 22 chromosomes, X chromosome, Y chromosome, you get one extra Y, you become antisocial or a criminal person. Now, most of the people in the prisons, they have an extra Y. And with due respect to the men folks over there, this Y comes from male, obviously. So the woman does not contribute to criminality, it is the male folks who contribute to the criminality. To a certain extent, because there is not only the genetic factor, there is a social factor as well, which plays a role. I also want to tell you, look at what the whole world, including myself, we were engaging in, what we were doing it. You'll be surprised to know that each chromosomes, 22 chromosomes, have a definite shape, definite form. I'm sorry, my drawing is so bad, but it looks like this. Any kind of an addition, like this is an addition over here. Any kind of a deletion, this does not exist. Or any kind of a translocation, this portion is being cut and being gone there. If chromosome 1, 9, 16, 22, X and Y have certain defects in the formation itself, we can tell you, you just give me a small drop of a blood and give me a slice, I will put that blood over there. I have a great microscope with me. I can tell you whether you are going to have a behavioral issues or not. That kind of work is being carried out, and today behavior is being totally, we can assess, not through the chromosomes, but otherwise also. 400 years back, when somebody said that we can measure the temperature, people like you said it's not possible. 170 years back, when somebody said we can measure blood pressure, people like you said it's not possible. 30 years back, when somebody said you give me a drop of blood on a glucometer, I will tell you you're diabetic in 5 seconds. Most of us, we said it's not possible. When today, I'm telling you that human behavior, we can measure purely in a scientific and objective way. Most of you are thinking it is not possible. I don't know whether that's applicable in Meghalaya or not, but I want to tell you, in most part of our country, before getting married, there is a horoscope, we call it Jaman Pakri. So they match for the boys and the girls side, and there is something called gunas. As out of 32 or 24 gunas, how much gunas are, the more the gunas will match, the better you will have a relationship. Thank you very much. I have no comments on that how scientific those are. I have a machine which I can provide you free of cost over there, which is not expensive at all. In America, you get it free of cost. It's called electrical conductors, which probably if I get a time, I'll let you know. This machine, you put it on both boy and a girl. So if the electrical conductance, my electrical conductance is 300 to 500 is normal, and assume that I'm showing 638 kilo ohms, and the girl to whom I get married, she's also showing the same. No problem, lifelong we will be very happy. If somebody shows half of it or another double of it, you are definitely going to have a problem with the behavior of the individual. Scientific things. The people who are about to retire, who all look very young, who are about to retire, but if you open a matrimony compatibility center, you all can become a millionaire. This morning I talked to the students that in the next 7 years, through the service industry, we are going to increase our revenue by $2 trillion. And that is what I said, that till 2070, India is going to be the most productive country manpower-wise. And I said, you people, 45 years next, you are going to do that. I was trying to motivate you. Okay. When I'm talking about a behavior, what are the basic ingredients of the human. And I'm going to talk about science, and these are all methods. Have you heard about Freud? Sigmund Freud?
Yes.
Well, the budding teachers should tell me. Hello? Hello? You know Sigmund Freud?
Yes.
Anyway, I never used to like him. The reason being, for the good 27 years, he did a research on his own 3 daughters, and then he gave all kind of results, which we thought that how you can, because typically as a scientist, we feel that these are the biased results, and but today with having advanced scientific equipment, now we realize that what he talked about was pretty good. And he said that there are 3 types of minds, the human mind, and we can measure it now. It's a very interesting thing. It's called id, ego, and super-ego. Those who have done B.Ed, they teach these things. Id, ego, and super-ego. You know what it does? Very interesting thing. Mind. It says, do you understand the thing? तुम लोग कुछ बोलते नहीं? कुछ नहीं. People don't say yes, no. Are you afraid of something?
No.
I'm not going to ask questions. Don't worry. So human mind is of 3 types. The first one is said id. It means I want to enjoy my life. I don't care about ethics. I don't care about legality. I don't care about unethical behavior. I don't care about morality. I want, like assume that I'm a chain smoker. I want to smoke right now. But I cannot smoke. This is a law. This is a condition of the college. Now what I do is, if my id is overriding me, you know what I'm going to say? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not feeling well. I'll join you in 2 minutes. I go to the toilet and smoke and come back. So, it is, all of us we have it. Maybe we don't know we have 1% or 90%, we have no idea. But we can measure it today. What is your ego? I'm going to talk about the ego little later. The super ego talks about morality, cooperativeness, helping attitude. You surrender yourself. You do for the society. All of us, we have a super ego as well. I don't know 1% or 90%. We have that as well. The third is ego, which mediates. I am a corrupt man. I accept bribes. But the next, I make a lot of money. And next day, I tell my colleagues, the people who take money, their family happens, medical things happen, they will not do well. So what is it? I have an id. Super ego is telling. Ego is managing them to super ego and to say these kind of things. So ego is not that. Ego is not that. Principle of this college needs to have a high level of ego. Maybe the more the ego they will have, the better it will be. Ego means you need to manipulate situations, you need to settle things, you need to absorb sometimes the aggressive behavior of people, you need to manage. Sometimes you don't like someone and you say that, hey, you know, I'm for you, you don't worry. You make these kind of things. So that is ego. So today, Sanjeev Sahani is my name. My id level is 67%. My ego level is 23%. My super level ego is 10%. That means 67% time my behavior will thinking of it. It's also called animal pleasure needs. It is also called illegal needs, illicit relationship, everything. I have 67%. I don't have this. Don't quote it to anyone. But assume that Miss Singh has a id level of only 7%. It would be there. Let me tell you, nobody can say I have a 0 id level. Chahna to hai. You know, you feel like having things, desires, urges, impulses, motives, needs, wants. You have. All of us we have. But anyway, from 5%, 3% onward, maybe. Now, superego is, let's say she has a superego, I'm just giving you 72%. She She's listening to be a principal over there. She should be in an ashram. She should be working in an NGO. Because her attitude is that helping people and so on. So today, the selection, recruitment, bonuses, increments, promotions happens through these things, that what is the level and what is the level required. Similarly, a similar kind of thing you must have heard is called conscious behavior, subconscious behavior. This is personality now, and unconscious behavior. The conscious behavior is when I say to the president, "Sir, you are so dynamic person. Sir, your personality is like this. Sir, this knowledge is nothing without you. Sir, you have changed things in this world. Sir, you are my role model. Sir, you are a great leader." Whereas I don't think so. And the president thinks that I really like that. That is the conscious behavior. The first lesson, again, the team members are not going to like it. The first thing which I'm going to tell you is, don't trust anyone. Verify and justify the statements. It's a big word. In fact, why I say that is, every relationship in this world is a business. Every relationship in this world is negotiation. Do you agree, youngsters? Old people like me are not agree. But are you agree? You said yes. When I say that mother does a business with her daughter, please don't misunderstand business is money. No, business is a transaction. When I say this time you got 90% marks, I'll give you a laptop. First you drink milk, only then I will let you go play. It's a transactional behavior. And there's nothing harm, there's nothing negative in it. That's the conscious behavior when, Now, I'll come to subconscious later. Unconscious is the purest need, which only you know. Like I'm speaking to you, when I look at you, you smile and nodding your head. Right? From where it is coming, you have stored it in your subconscious. Any kind of, now 0 to 7 years, any kind of pleasurable experiences and any kind of a highly traumatic experiences, it goes and stays in your mind forever. Assume that right now, if we see a big snake is coming over there, most of us will scream and we will leave the hall. Assume that our respected vice principal, she has no fear, and she says, "Wow, I have never seen this color, green stripe, let me take a picture." That's all. What is the difference? 0 to 7 years. Few of you are afraid of stray dogs. Few of you will get a rat in your house. Few of you will get a lizard in your house. You create a panic that it should go. And few people will say, "There is a lizard." Why? There is a difference. 0 to 7 years. But the most important things in the colleges and the school is make sure they should have a good experience and they could store it with them. Who controls my behavior? It's another very important thing. Who controls my behavior? It's called locus of generally, either we have an internal locus of control or we have an external locus of control. Internal locus of control says whatever. Second last, how do I get stress or anxiety? There are two things. One is called idealistic self. Second is called realistic self. Again, all of us, we have I'm writing very fast, so don't go about this spelling, please. Idealistic self and the realistic self, we have both of these components in us. I want to buy my own chartered plane. I want to have my own plane. That is a idealistic thing. Realistic is I don't have money. I don't have money to buy a Maruti car. But I'm thinking how I can buy my own plane. So very interesting thing, how do we develop anxiety, stress? Now, this is idealistic self, this is realistic self. If you see, this is overlapping. This is idealistic self, realistic self, this is overlapping. If the overlapping is high between the two, anxiety and stress is going to be less. Because I would do those things which are realistic to me. So, the first figure, people they don't suffer with anxiety and stress. There's the overlapping, let's say, here the overlapping is 70%. Here the overlapping is 11%. This set of people are all the time having anxiety, stress, tension, phobia, arousal, irritability, frustration, hostility, aggression, obsessive behavior, all those kind of neurotic behavior people would have. And the last thing which I want to tell you, then I'm going to talk about how we can manage this as well. There are 4 things in India especially, and out of that, one is killing us in a big way. One is called, this personality is called psychoticism. The second is called neuroticism. Third is called introversion, oblique extroversion. And the last, which is killing us, is social desire. Psychoticism is a psychotic behavior when I really enjoy hurting someone. Not sadist behavior. Sadist behavior is you inflict pain on your partner. But this is a psychotic system. I feel very happy if Upadhyay Sahab car is being parked outside and when I stop food nikalta. And when he saw that, he's very upset. And I'm enjoying looking at him. That's called psychotic behavior. You'll be surprised to know 6% population in this world is really enjoy when they see other people suffering. You have a gun in your hand, you kill the bird, and then the bird fell down and you really enjoy looking at that. Today I say, I have killed 67%, I've murdered someone. And Mrs. Sen said, I've done 103. So what we are doing is enjoying that suffering for human beings. Those are psychoticism is mild, moderate, and high. So the extremists and the terrorists have a high level. So they all of this is 1.6% people have a high psychoticism. Neurotic, we are all neurotic. You must understand every student you are going to deal with, every individual you are going to deal with, every vice principal and principal you are going to deal with. We are all neurotic. We are all neurotic. We don't know this much or this much. Neuroticism is simple things. Anxiety, stress, tension, depression. Depression, most of us we don't know. In National Institute of Mental Health and Neurosciences Bangalore says 21% of the total population in India is suffering with depression. And depression kills more people than heart attack and cancer combined. But we don't know how to measure that. We don't know. We are celebrating 75 Azadi Amrit Mahotsav. Great. We have not developed a single test to assess learning disabilities in the schools and colleges. Can you imagine? We don't have. We don't have. And 70% of the total students who are studying are suffering with learning disabilities. Learning disabilities are 20 types. We don't know which one they are suffering and how to make their rehabilitation plan. We have no idea. Youngster people, those who are going to take it, you must learn. I invite you to come to our university. We will not charge you any penny. Free stay, free food, free training. You come, we'll provide you. And we'll train you on these kind of things, how you can assess those kind of things. I'm not saying we are very good. I'm not trying to put any kind of thing that we are superior. No. There are Holy Cross College in Trichy. I was there 3 days back. They're doing such an amazing work with rehabilitation. They're getting 15,000 children. I would suggest you can go there as well. There they are helping people with all the disabilities, 21 disabilities. By the charter of the Government of India, we have only one. They are providing a training on all those kind of things. So I'm not saying we are good. I'm saying institutes and the universities are available. Just find it out where you think you will fit in well. Introversion, extroversion, I don't want to talk about much because the introverts, you all know how they are, but if they could be given the job of a public listening and other things, they will not be able to perform well and their neurotic tendencies will increase so as to reach extroversion. Social desirability, which is the cause of concern today. Our society is dying because of social desirability. Every individual wants that society to appreciate, society to recognize, society to award them, society to appreciate them. Again, I'm wearing a tie because I thought you would like it. You know, all these days when people wear a branded suit, branded watch, branded shoes, with due respect to the ladies over there, I apologize, I don't want to hurt your feelings. When you wear the artificial jewelry, when you wear a zircon that says a Somalia, when you try to get the bags of Gucci, Dior, Louis Vuitton, and these bags are for 15 lakhs of rupees, I'm fully aware of it. But in New Delhi railway station outside it is available for 150 rupees. Fake ones, and you wear it. And then you say, oh my God, I'm US. That is social desirability. That is social desirability. Your students, they do it. They try to get a mobile phone and they'll say, wow, this is the latest one. My father got it for me. And all of us, the college or school says that you have to buy these shoes, which is for 900 or 1600. But he says, I want to wear a Reebok or other things, which is for 4,000-5,000. And in the class he says, look at my face. Social desirability. What I'm trying to show, I'm a superior, I'm much more wiser, I'm much more richer. That is social desirability. You thought that people are going to like it. People are not going to like it. But it is my own feeling. So, social desirability is happening, we are all promoting it. I remember when I used to miss my school bus. So my father was having a scooter, Lamborghini at that point. I don't know how many of you know, so that's that. And then, my father used to say, "Better, go down the school." Because I told everyone, my classmates know that we have a Mercedes and we have social desirability. And we are encouraging something other or mother calls. Did your friends like your mobile phone or this? So that the schools and the colleges will all need to work, and that also causes a hell of a lot of stress because I want people to appreciate me. Oops. Now, I've said enough about behavior. How do we manage it? How do we manage? Let me tell you. Whatever I'm talking about, I'm not talking. There is an Astha channel in the television. There are a lot many papas around. And they give autonomy of your or we call it psychophysiology. That person can perform the best according to their 10%. 10% is your knowledge. You can measure that. What is the psychophysiology? I remember when President was giving a talk, he said one thing very
you give all the 9, you can take it. If the last one, which is very easy, if you will not be able to give me the answer, then I will take it back. Agreement done? My first question is, are you breathing at this moment? President साहब क्या करें तो breathe ही नहीं कर रही, she's a dead body. हाँ? I will request the president to make her a vice president. She is very good in manipulating things. Her ego level is very high. My question is again, madam, are you breathing? Okay. Are you sure you are breathing? Look at the power of a psychologist. You know, breathing may be that somebody is saying that I'm not sure. Anyway, you are breathing. Thank you very much. No, thank you. This is the first question. And the second question is, since when are you breathing? Very good, because when she was 14 weeks of a fetus in her mother's womb, she started breathing from the birth. Excellent, thank you very much. The last question. She's 39 years old, I always say this for the woman. Yeah. For the last 39 years, she is breathing, inhaling, exhaling. And now I'm going to ask, she must have done it 5 to 7 million times. She has done this. The last question, since you are breathing for the last 39 years, how many times you breathe in a minute? If not, this is a method, not 16 to 20 breaths per minute, you are absolutely normal. You know, one good thing I like in Asta channel, that those Babas, can I be the master of my own body? This is the last thing. This is the newest thing which I'm going to talk about. It's called brain mapping. You must have again a 10th